Well, good morning, everybody. I thought I'd show you my recently finished renovation of a 1969 Suzuki T250, which you see in front of you. It's basically a ground-up restoration. Every single part has either been restored, renewed, or renovated in some way. Largely original. The only obvious non-original part of the exhausts. I do have the original exhausts, but I like the look and the sound of the Higgspeed polished stainless steel chambers, so that's why we've got those on. And it's actually never been fired up before with those chambers on, so today is the first time I'm going to fire it up with those chambers. I'm hanging out to hear what it actually sounds like. 69 T250 is somewhat unique in the T250 world. It's a one-off year. It was different than the T20 that preceded it, and it's also different than the T250s that followed it. A few unique things. The tank's obviously different. The shape of the tank, the peanut tank, the cross hatching on the seat and the studs around the base are quite unique. Has a little bicycle pump, as you can see, which I'm not sure if that followed up on some of the later years. The stays on the front mud guide are quite different than the later ones. Has the external springs with the gaiters. Indicators come out of the headstock, similar to the Cobra or the Titan, I think. And it's got the full headlamp, not the skinny headlight that you see on some of the later versions. Also, the high-rise bars are a little bit special in that the cable for the gear set goes through the handlebars and comes out at the bottom here, so you don't see any external wires sticking out, which is quite unique. This left and right indicator thing takes a bit of getting used to, so instead of going left and right, you go up and down, which is a bit unusual. I think the other difference is the chain guard. It's got a full wrap chain guard as opposed to a much smaller one, which you see on later versions. One thing I did change was the petcock. I've got a manual petcock on at the moment. I do have the original vacuum one, which is being renovated at the moment, so it's just running on a manual, which works perfectly fine. Everything else I think is pretty much original. It's got the Dunlop TT 100 GP tires on, which work really, really well. And yeah, so I think now's the time to see if it'll go, or see what it sounds like, should I say, with these Higgspeed chambers on. I do like that. That's a really crisp note, and you can feel the pump, pop coming out of the exhaust note. There's a real, even 2 or 3 meters away, you can feel the exhaust pop coming out at you. It's got some real force behind it. So there you go. What do you think? I'm curious to see what anybody thinks. Any comments, especially around the few non-standard parts, the exhaust, and a few bits and bats. I mean, I can always return it to original, but I just think there's something special about that exhaust note and that popping. Let me know what you think.